Welcome back to Applied Wisdom. We've come to our final module, Who Owns the Monkey? This module is about developing a culture of accountability and empowerment. By the end of these next two videos, you will have a framework for holding accountability conversations with your employees, and you will have your own set of ideas for how to use structure and processes as foundations for your nonprofit's accountability culture. This first video is about creating a culture of accountability. Let's get started. Nonprofit leaders are often overworked and under-resourced. As a result, staff problems can easily move up the chain of command. You need to create a culture of accountability to ensure that the only issues that land on your plate are the ones where you hold clear responsibility. Let's say that one of your staff comes to you with a problem, a monkey, on their shoulder. As a manager, you want to acknowledge that you see the monkey and that you care about the monkey. You may even feed the monkey for a few minutes. But the monkey is their responsibility. You can't let that employee leave the monkey behind for you to take care of. Be sure that when they leave, the monkey goes too. Resist the temptation to solve problems for your employees. The notion of owning the monkey appeared in a Harvard Business Review article back in 1974. Management Time, Who's Got the Monkey? By William Onken and Donald Voss. They describe 5 degrees of initiative that can empower staff decision-making. The employee could wait until told, that's the lowest initiative, ask what to do, recommend an action and wait for a decision, act but inform at once, act then report on the decision in due course. That's the highest initiative. Your job is to outlaw the 2 lowest levels of initiative and to ensure that for each problem leaving your virtual office, there's an agreed upon level of initiative assigned to it. That means having a conversation with your employee about how they are going to approach the problem. Are they going to come back to you with a recommendation before acting? Are they going to act and tell you later what they did? Make sure you and your employee have a clear and specific agreement on which level of initiative they are going to take in this instance. Owning the monkey means the person responsible cannot pass the buck. They must think through the consequences of their decisions and try to solve problems that arise. Do not accept a victim mindset. If you set an example of taking responsibility for your own decisions, your people will do the same. To hold people accountable, they must be empowered. As management guru Stephen Covey points out, empowerment means you have to develop your staff's skills, a valuable investment. Managers should thoughtfully plan for an employee's development with their input. Determine the right level of coaching and feedback for each direct report, and avoid micromanaging. Situational leadership models can help you find the sweet spot for coaching an employee in a given situation. Reassure your employees that they have the skills and experience to make important decisions. Let's hear from Ahmad.
Who owns the monkey? I love that phrase, and the way Jim has laid that out in the book and that entire management concept, I think is a wonderful one. And it's something that's we struggle with. It's a work in progress. Ownership at the end of the day. We try to address this operationally via structure and org structure, and also via communication. From a structure standpoint, make sure you leave that meeting or leave the conversation you're having with very clear line of communication about who's doing what. So who owns this? And for me, I have an incredible chief of staff who's always following up and saying, all right, great conversation. We got our marching orders. Who owns this? Who owns that? And continuing to track that, follow up, ensure that the deliverables have been laid out and delivered as they're supposed to be, and you have the right team members to do that. And then, as appropriate, following up with the client and your stakeholders directly. How did that go? Did we deliver this on time? Is there anything that we could have done better? That communication is critical, but ultimately having a structure in place that allows you to track and delineate and communicate ownership is going to be very important at getting that right.
Now it's your turn. Use the taking over exercise to reflect on recent instances where you did work that actually belonged to one of your employees and why you did that. Reflecting on the reasons you took the monkey off your employee's back will tell you a great deal about your own management and your employees' development needs. Then move on to the supporting exercise to brainstorm ways you could have supported your employees instead of doing their work for them. How could you have acted as their first assistant? In the next video, we'll look at how your organization's structure and processes can support or detract from accountability and empowerment. See you there.